Hey, did you know you can actually run Proxmox on a Raspberry Pi? And if you can run it on a Pi, you can run it on a compute module, like that. And if you can run it on one CM4, you can cluster a bunch of them together. This is the nanocluster from sipeed. It's a tiny chassis that can hold up to 7 compute modules, all sharing a single gigabit NIC. And get this, it's smaller than a can of soda. See? Well, about the same size. Now, Proxmox doesn't officially support ARM devices like this, but with the right community build, you can turn this snack-sized stack into a full multi-node Proxmox cluster. Let me show you how I set mine up and some gotchas that you'll want to avoid. First things first, this is not a sponsored video. sipeed did send this to me to test out, but I supplied my own CM4 boards and SSDs, and I'm not getting paid to talk about this at all. As always, links to everything are in the description. Well, except for this. It's not for sale. Not yet, at least. Stick around and find out why not. The sipeed nanocluster is a palm-sized backplane that turns up to 7 compute modules into a tiny data center. You can mix and match the Raspberry Pi CM4 or CM5 boards with the sipeed LM3H and M4N boards as well. So think budget nodes for lightweight services and beefier ones for heavier workloads. Each slot supports local NVMe storage, and there's a USB service connection plus a power and reset button, making it a tidy little on-desk cluster. Networking comes from the onboard JL6108 gigabit layer 2 switch. Every slot gets its own 1 gig connection, and that funnels into a single RJ45 uplink. It is a managed switch with a web UI for VLANs or port isolation, QoS, statistics, things like that. I like to keep it simple and just pass traffic through since I manage VLANs and policies at the network controller level. So one caveat here, the web UI seems to be Chinese only or an Asian language. So Google Translate really helps so far. I've got this cluster on its own sandbox VLAN, so it doesn't interfere with the rest of my network, and I reserve IPs through DHCP reservations. The CM4 boards don't have onboard cooling because they're just a PCB with a CPU and RAM and stuff. So the chassis includes an always-on fan to keep the temps down. It's loud, and there's no built-in controller for speed. I wouldn't run the cluster without it though, and I'd love to add heat sinks and maybe quiet it down a bit. Pretty jam-packed in there though. Physically, the nanocluster is tiny. It's about 2.5 inches tall, roughly the same width, and then maybe 5 inches long. I'm only running 4 nodes on this right now, kind of as a proof of concept, but it supports up to 7 if I decide I want to scale later. Each CM4 module here has a quad-core Cortex A72 CPU, so 4 cores, 4 threads, 4 gigs of RAM, and 32 gigs of onboard storage. Well, this one doesn't, but these do. Yeah. And then each carrier card that the CM4 sits on has an NVMe slot on it as well. I'm using 128 gig NVMe drives on each node for this cluster. I mean, come on, let's be real. We're not going to run VMs on this thing. It's going to be containers all the way. So Proxmox doesn't officially support ARM architecture, like I mentioned, but there's a community-driven project called Pimox that does. And that's what I used for this 4-node setup. As far as I know, this might be the smallest 4-node Proxmox cluster out there. Links to Pimox and my full GitHub setup guide are in the description below if you want to try this out for yourself. So because Pimox doesn't live on bare metal, I use the Raspberry Pi OS Lite as a base operating system. So when all 4 nodes are up and running, each has a single application for this proof of concept. And I'll show those off here on some extra footage. Node 1 has Pi-hole for network-wide ad blocking and DNS. The second node has Nginx as a reverse proxy and web server. Node 8 has N8N for no-code automation workflows. And the 4th node is running Grafana for dashboards and monitoring. Originally, I tried enabling Ceph storage, but it broke the whole damn cluster, and it set me back several days. But I did discover several new swear word combinations while I was troubleshooting. This isn't a video about those specific apps. They're just here to show the setup works. You could run pretty much anything in LXC containers because they're all Debian-based. And the Raspberry Pi OS is a form of Debian. A fork. It's a fork of Debian. So where does a cluster like this actually make sense? Well, realistically, most of what you can do on here, you can also do on just a couple of Raspberry Pis. Maybe an old workstation or even a cheap ARM-based thin client from eBay. But these are scenarios where this shines. Building and testing multi-node Docker images, testing failover and load balancing, and of course, Kubernetes and container orchestration, maybe even some edge computing setups, and of course, just to learn. I mean, come on, that's the point of a home lab. You don't really need all this hardware, but it's fun to experiment and learn new skills that you can take into real enterprise environments. And for what it's worth, this whole setup uses less power than a single mini PC or one of those Intel NUC boxes, with the added benefit of multi-node flexibility. Wait, if you've made it this far, smash that like button. It really helps the video get recommended to more nerds like us. Running Proxmox on ARM taught me the ARM tax is real. Pimox works, but there are quite a few quirks, and the LXC template shelf is slimmer than it is on x86. The good news is once it's up, the containers are solid and pleasantly boring. This is the way. AI absolutely helped me move faster here, but only when I was very specific about the goal. If I was vague, it happily sent me on side quests that looked helpful until they weren't. Ceph storage here was a big facepalm. I enabled it and promptly broke the entire cluster. I'm not done with it. Shared storage without a dedicated box is too cool to ignore, but it's not step one for a build like this. Networking was mostly straightforward, except DHCP reservations in my Omada system. I kept getting two leases on the same VNIC, one reserved and one random. So I killed the reservations and tracked IPs manually for now. Hardware-wise, the CM4s and carrier boards were rock solid the whole time though. So here's a tip. Flash the module first. Write your Raspberry Pi OS Lite to the CM4 or CM5's onboard eMMC through the carrier board, meaning the board that it lives on inside the cluster. Actually pretty sweet. You just plug it onto this little carrier board, and then it has a USB port on it that you probably can't see very well, and a boot button. And you go through the process to make this recognized by your machine, and then you can just install the operating system to it using the Raspberry Pi Flasher application. Again, all that is down in my GitHub repository for this project. After you write your OS onto the carrier board or onto the CM4 or CM5, then use the NVMe for containers and data. When I tried booting straight from NVMe, it mirrored to the eMMC on board, and I think that's where I ended up with two root file systems fighting against each other. Another tip is to keep experiments like this in a sandbox. If you're pulling packages from community repos, park the cluster on its own VLAN so when something goes sideways, it stays contained away from the rest of your network. And keep it simple, at the start at least. Get a clean LXC baseline running, make sure your networking and storage are predictable, and only then layer on the fancy stuff like Ceph or Kubernetes. In the future, I might run Kubernetes on this and experiment with orchestration. I'm also curious if I can cluster Proxmox servers across ARM and x86. That could make for an interesting video. What would you run on a cluster like this? Drop a comment down below. As always, like I said, links are in the description if you want to check out any of this gear and to get your hands on my GitHub repo for the walkthrough of this project. Don't forget to subscribe for more home lab projects, and I'll see you nerds in the next one.